Hello guys, hello Philippines, hello world. So my voice is just cracking now because I've seen a lot a while ago. Too much songs, I sound very high notes, okay? I'm doing my diva to diva singing session. Just now I'll off my AC because too much cold also because we are now in September, okay? So it's very cold, okay? I feel it already. I felt it already. Okay. Now our live streaming will be on algebra. Okay, algebra in mathematics. Okay, it could be basic algebra only. Okay, not the complicated one. It's applicable to all courses. Okay, engineering courses, College of Arts and Sciences, medical courses, or whatever. Okay, so this will be applicable, especially in the first year college. We studied algebra. Okay, a while ago, I posted some questions there, and nobody got the correct answer in my Facebook page. I think I throwed or I posted 4 questions in a row. Somebody answered, but I put a time frame. So I told to follow the time frame because if we will not be having a time frame, they will be tempted to look over in the net or in the Google. Okay, especially for mathematics theory. Okay, it's easy to look in the Google, and also the pure sciences basic concepts, theories, and principles. It will be also reflected in the Google, something like that. So there must be a time frame so that the questions can be answered quickly. Okay, so that would be basing on the academic information retention of individual. Okay, not on the research, scanning for the answers. No, it's not like that. Okay, we need to measure the retention of our academic information when we are still in our elementary education, high school education, and college level. Okay, now I researched a bit about polynomial. Okay, because that was long time ago. I think so. That was 20 years ago. So I'll try to read and then I understand a little bit, not full, but a little bit only. Okay, before going to 10 questions, we have 10 questions here in algebra. Okay, actually there are a lot of topics in algebra, right? Motion, clock problem, pendulum problem, okay, the, the polygons, the geometric shapes, right? Like that. And then the rate, what else? But I'd love to discuss a little bit on the polynomial because that's the basic of algebra, right? X and y, blah, 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 so on. So anybody, what is the definition of a polynomial? Okay, let's stick to the one word polynomial. Okay, but actually that's 2 words. Okay, but it became one word. Okay, poly meaning many, M-E-N-Y, and then it also means multiple, M-U-L-T-I-P-L-E, and plenty, okay, or different terms in English that could have the same meaning. So there's a lot of terminologies and synonymous with this poly. Okay, or several, it could be several, plenty, multiple, or many, something like that. So poly, and then with addition of nomial. I think nomial is a Greek word. I don't think so. Nomial. Okay, it could mean terms. Okay. In polynomial or in the algebraic expression, the terms means how many groups. Okay, that could be the terms. It could have a constant and a variable, so that could be a term. I will be able to show you what is a term example. Okay, I'll be showing you an example. Okay, where's my where's my pencil pen? Okay. Oh, like okay. Term. First, I will discuss the word terms. For example, if you have this equation, a polynomial equation like this, 4x cubed, uh, x squared, then 3xy plus 7 is equals to 0. This one. Okay, this is a polynomial. Okay, and then there are how many terms? 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 4 terms. Group of, variables. Okay, group of variables with constant or even without constant, that is also variable. Oh no, that is term. The word term. So polynomial is a group of algebraic terms. Okay, group of algebraic terms. Could it be raised to the exponential positive, or it could be raised to a positive or whole number? Okay, like that. Algebraic terms, group of algebraic terms that could be raised to the power of a certain number, which is a whole number. Okay, like that. Now, it cannot be called a polynomial if it will be raised to the negative exponent. For example, 2x negative 2 plus 2x plus y plus 3 is equals to 0. This one, the second is not a polynomial because the exponent is negative. So if the exponent is negative and fraction, okay, in this variable, take the example in the first, okay, this first example, there's an x and y. Variables are x and y. So variables are referring to the letters. Numbers are the constants. Okay, like that. And then if the exponential will be negative and a fraction, that is not a polynomial. Again, if the exponent on the variables is negative, okay, and a fraction, that is not called a polynomial. Okay, it's very clear. And if you will divide a certain algebraic terms to another variable in the denominator, okay, for example, I have here 2x squared minus 2 divided by x plus 4, like this, and then this will be not called a polynomial also, like this. If it's divided by a variable, okay? So if it is divided by a constant, it could be a polynomial, okay? But not variable. So you should not divide by a variable, but always divide by a constant. That's still called a polynomial, okay? Now we have the standard polynomial. Okay, the standard polynomial, we have to arrange the exponent of the variable. So that will comes first. Okay? Like that. So what comes first are the variable that raised to the power with highest number. Okay, in this case, okay, the degree of the polynomial is 3. Okay, the degree of the polynomial is 3, and this is a what? Cubic or quadratic? This is a cubic polynomial because it's raised to the power 3, like that. Cubic polynomial. We have also linear polynomial. Linear polynomial, there's no exponent. For example, 4x minus 2y plus 7 is equals to 0. This is a linear polynomial, this one. 4x minus 2y plus 7 is equal to 0 because it has not been raised to a certain power of a whole number. So this is linear polynomial. This is a cubic polynomial because raised to the power 3. Okay, like it's also quadratic polynomial and everything. Okay, quadratic polynomial is based on the quadratic equation. As far as I can remember, that is positive, negative b plus and minus negative b plus and minus 4, wait, I forgot, b squared minus 4ac, something like that, and divided by 2a, quadratic equation, this one. This one is the quadratic equation, right? In algebra, as far as I can remember, negative b plus and minus the square b squared minus 4ac, something like that. And the standard format for the quadratic equation will be like this: x squared minus 2x plus 5 is equals to 0. Okay, this one. This is the quadratic equation. X squared plus, okay, x squared plus, x squared minus 2x plus 5, wherein our a is 1, okay, our b is negative 2, and our c is 5, and you have to substitute that here in the quadratic equation: negative b plus and minus b squared minus 4ac divided by 2a. So this will be basic in any engineering mathematics examination. This will always come out in the day 1 of the board examination. The quadratic equation, remember that really it will come, okay? It will come out, okay? I remember that when the board examination, it will come out, the quadratic equation, and please put that in your brain, okay? Negative b plus and minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac over 2a, and this will be our standard form. Actually, we can replace this with a variable a and b also, but this is still the same also. Okay, let's make this, and this, okay, this will be okay. Okay, this is more simpler, right? A is 1, b is negative 2, and c is 5, something like that. You have to replace that 1. That is quadratic equation. Okay, and this is a polynomial raised to the power 2, and the degree of the polynomial is 2. Okay, the standard form of the polynomial, the degree is 2. Okay, like that. Okay, so this is algebra. Okay, now the rule for addition. The rule for addition in the polynomial, you have only to add with the same variable, like that, 2x, then 2x, and you will group it together. Okay, you cannot add different exponential. For example, 2x raised to the power 3 plus 2x to the 4, you cannot add that one. You can only add with the same variable, okay, and the same exponent. Again, you can only add with the same exponent and the same variable, but you can never add with multiple variable exponent. The meaning of variable meaning changing. It confused with the word variables also in mathematics. No? Meaning to say, if the exponent are varying, you cannot add. Varying meaning different. For example, 2x2 plus 2x3, you cannot add that one, though it has the same variable x. Okay, this rule for the addition. In subtraction, okay, if you subtract a certain polynomial to another polynomial, so it will turn negative. Okay, for example, 5x squared minus 2x squared, so the negative 2 will become positive 2, and you will add the 2, something like that. Okay, so that is the rule. You always changed the when you subtract, the polynomial that you subtract will change, not the original or the from. For example, 2x squared plus 2x minus 7 minus 2x 2, the one is being subtracted. Okay, the one is being, you will be changed the constants. The constant only will change, positive 2, negative 2, so and so. Okay, and then if there is no number in the variable, that could understood to be 1. For example, x and y, so that means 1xy. Okay, if it is y, that is 1y. It's never be 0y. Okay? It's only x and it's 1x. It's not 0x. Something like that. Okay? Understood. Just like in stoichiometry in chemistry, understood to be 1. Okay? Like that. The standard form of the polynomial, you will only determine the highest exponential. That would be your degree of the polynomial. If it is a raised to the power 3, the degree is 3, or the highest one. And you should arrange that properly according to the highest exponential form in which in a whole number, something like that. But there's also another one. If that is x and y, this one, x and y, this one x and y. The exponential of this is 1 plus 1 is equals to 2 because they are side by side and top, meaning to say in multiplication, these two are being multiplied. So in multiplication, the exponent will be added. When you multiply the polynomials, the exponential will be added. Okay? So it will be 1 plus 1 is equal to 2. So the degree of this 3xy is 2. Something like that. Not 1. Okay? Do not be confused because there's no, whole number exponent. You will interpret that one as the degree of 3x is 1. No, it's not. It's 2. Like that. And you have to arrange. So according to what I read, the standard form of a polynomial is not necessarily practiced, but it would be better to do that for simplification. Okay? Not really that practiced most of the times, but it should be better for simplification. Okay? Like that. Okay? Now we go to the 10 examples of problems of algebra. Okay, so actually this is from engineering mathematics. Okay, because in engineering mathematics, especially the board examination, composed of algebra, trigonometry, geometry, differential calculus, okay? Differential calculus, integral calculus, differential equation, probability and statistics, advanced engineering mathematics, and the differential equation, including the engineering mechanics and the strength of the materials. Again, in day 1, Philippine Regulation Commission Board Examination or Licensure Examination, that is called the General Engineering, composed mainly of engineering mathematics. Those are algebra, geometry, trigonometry, differential calculus, integral calculus, the probability and statistics, the advanced engineering mathematics, the differential equation, okay, engineering mechanics, and the strength of the materials. So there are at least 10. I don't know if there are other subjects in engineering. That's all I've remembered, something like that. So they included in the general engineering examination the strength of materials and the engineering mechanics, because any engineering courses will study both engineering mechanics and the strength of the materials. Okay, so that's 10. I don't know with other courses, but in the chemical engineering, we have 10, okay, topics in the day 1 examination. Okay, that is general engineering. So this mathematics is under there. Okay, but this mathematics is not higher. It's just only in the foundation, basic foundation only. This kind of mathematics. Okay. Okay. Question number 1. Where's that? Actually, this came from also. I take this from ECE, Electronics and Communication Engineering Examination, and the Mechanical Engineering Board Exam. Okay, 1998 and 1999 respectively. Okay, so Electronics and Communication Engineering Board Examination 1998 and Mechanical Engineering Board Examination 1999. Okay, so I filed blah 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 so and so. Okay, so if you are a first year college today, you will find these questions very easy and simple. But if you are now 20 years ago taking your engineering, 15 years ago taking your engineering, 10 years ago, you will forget also this kind of questions, of course, through years had passed by. Okay, unless if it is factors that are easy to memorize, or the basic formulas only. Okay, or the prefixes is easy to memorize, and also the most common, the formulas of density, mass, volume, speed, acceleration. So those are very basic, right? Weight, like that, and a meter, centimeter, like that, kilometer, cubic feet. So the deeper terms you could no longer recall, something like that. If you are really not intelligent enough, then you can also still remember. But in my case, I could no longer recall some of those formulas from algebra, okay? For the reason that I am not good at mathematics also, okay? Sometimes if you are not good at it, you will never, you will never pay attention that much. If you believe it or not, that's normal, okay? If you don't like subjects, okay, if you don't like that subjects, you will not pay more attention of those subjects, something like that. But you have to, because it's part of the subjects in order to pass, because your parents are paying for you the tuition fee in order for you to pass. That's a requirement because it's also in the prospectus, in the curriculum, that you have to pass that one. And most of it are prerequisites also. For example, Filipino 1, Filipino 2, like that. Okay, speech 1, speech 2. And that is not also, though speech is very important in engineering, because once you become an engineer, you have to face two different kinds of people, okay, delivering English speaking capability. Okay, you will be expected to be a good speaker or have a fluent in English. It doesn't mean that you are a graduate of an engineering course, you don't have to talk fluently with English. So it depends on the situation, and it depends to the type of person that taking up those engineering courses. Okay, so sometimes they will judge, or they will say engineers English is not that really good, but mathematics is very, very smart and clever enough, like that. But not all. There are still some or few engineers that can talk fluently in English and can deliver and convey the message in English very well, something like that. Okay, it's not all, but admittedly most of the super intelligent also sometimes they cannot speak fluently in English that much compared to the average students. Okay? Because average is 50-50. They are not very intelligent, and they are not also, they are not also on the minimum level of intelligence. They are just in the center. Okay? That's why you can see people who are sometimes, not all, okay, successful, but not really that magna cum laude, summa cum laude. Okay? It depends on the it depends on the efforts, and then the personality and the character of an individual, something like that. And of course, if you are, if you are growing up with, not that having, much money, okay, so you study very well, something like that. But if you grow up with too much money around you, like this, and you can buy any resources, any books, you will be, what do you call this one? Taking for granted, because you have those all resources compared to the other students that are poor but deserving. Of course, he or she will find a way to study very, very hard, something like that, because it's totally different, okay? But there's also, rich people that also very good, okay, like that. It depends on the situation, but I'm talking for general, okay? General statement. My God. So what I'm talking about, it's okay, number one, take your pen and pencil, okay, along with you, okay? But honestly, I joined not so many, I think I can count only. I joined also mathematician quiz bowl before in CIT, even though I'm not good at it, but I really tried. Trying hard, something like that, okay? Like that. Because it's very good, you have to challenge yourself also. in the areas that you are not good at it, right? So it would be more interesting, or it could be more challenging, okay, if you join or participate in an activities in which you are not master of it, or meaning to say you are not really that kind of good at it, okay? That's what something is. Number one, question number one, nasaan na ba yung one? Ito ba yun? Okay, ito siya. Ako sa basahon. If x minus 3 is a factor of polynomial x raised to the power 4 minus 4x to cube minus 7x squared plus kx plus 24, what is the value of k? Like this. Okay. Can you see this? It looks like confusing if you try to look at the first time. But if you try to, try to figure out, let's say, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, it would become easier and simpler to deal with. Okay? Like that. So the question is asking you what is the value of k. Okay? And then you have the polynomial. Okay? Which is in the degree of 4. And then you have x minus 3 is a factor. Okay? And let's solve this. Okay? In algebra or in the polynomial topic, when we say x minus 3 is a factor, you will equate that automatically to 0. Okay? That's the first step. So this one, x minus 3 is equals to 0. Okay, I'll write here. Okay. It looks like difficult for the first time, but when you stare like this, it will become simpler. Okay, like this. So x minus 3 is equals to 0, then transposed x is equals to 3. This one, not answer, this is a solution. Okay. This one. X minus 3 is equals to 0. You have to equate to 0 is the first step. If you speak factor of blah 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 like this. Always take note this one because there are a lot of problems that goes like this. They will only change the constants, they will only change the variables, but still the concept is still the same. X minus 3 is a factor, something blah blah blah, and you always equate that to 0. So when I equate the x minus 3 to equal to 0, x is equals to 3. Now we have x already 3, then you have to substitute to the polynomial 4x to the cube minus 7x squared plus kx plus 20. After that, substituting the 3 in the x, okay, in the polynomial, you can obtain the value of k. Okay, let's try it. Okay. My gosh. Okay, let's try. Okay. So, sorry, that is x4 ha, hindi ko siya nakita. x4 minus 4x squared, this one. x4 minus 4x squared minus 7x squared plus kx plus 24. So x raised to the power 4. Again, you have to rewrite so that you will never miss. Okay, do not rely on your memory, something like that. You have to write and rewrite. Plus kx plus 24. Now, substitute the value of x in this polynomial. Okay? So, 3 to the 4 minus 4 times 3 to minus 7, 3 to the 2 plus k times 3 plus 24 is equal to 0 is equal to 0. And then you have 3 times 3 times 3 times 3, that is 9 times 9. I have a calculator here. I cannot do it by mental, calculation. So 3 times 3 times 3 times 3 is equal to 81. So 3 times 3 times 3 times 3 is equal to 27 because I don't have the scientific calculator. That's 1. Times 3 times 3 is equal to then 3 raised to the power 3, that means 3 times 3, 3 times 3 times 3 is equal to times 4 is equal to 108. Okay. 3 times 3 times 7 is equals to 63 plus 3k plus 24 is equals to 0. Okay, like that. Like this. You only substitute the value of x, which is equal to 3, and you can get the value of k, which is 66 divided by 3 is equals to, k is equals to 11. The answer will be, the value of k is 11. Okay, like that. The answer here is 11. That one. So this is for our question number 1. The answer is 11. Okay, like that. I think this is part of a remainder theorem. I think so. The question number 2. Okay, I have a question number 2 here. Hi, Yulimi Aguilar. Thanks for watching my live streaming on Algebra. Number 2. Where's the number 2? This one. Sorry. It's finished already, huh? They put that here. I will read first. Okay. In the equation x squared plus x is equals to 0, the roots are. Okay. Okay, this is the question. Okay. Can you see it? So roots meaning the value of x, two value of x. Okay. Again, we need to equate to 0 for this. This is more simpler compared to number 1. Okay, this will be equal to... The first thing before equating to 0 is we need to... what do you call that? This one? We need to factor out into simplified form and then equate to 0. In this case, x squared plus x equals to 0. Then find the most common variable in this manner. Okay. Find the most common variable in this manner, which is x. Okay, like this. So x times x plus 1 is equals to 0. So the factor form will be like this. Okay, this is the factor form. Okay, and equate to 0 again. Always equate to 0. So x will be equal to 0, and x plus 1 is equals to 0. X is equals to negative 1. So our roots are 0 and negative 1. Diba? It's very easy. Like that, if you know the principle and concept behind. Okay, you need to equate both to 0. And so like this, x is equal to 0, and x plus 1 equals to 0, and transpose that 1, so x will become negative 1. So our roots are 0 and negative 1. Okay, like this will be our answers. 0 and negative 1, this one. 0 and negative 1 for our roots. So this is the correct answer in my FB post, and somebody got it correct. Okay, his name is A.G. De Gracia, but the problem is he don't follow the time frame when to answer, because it's been stated in the instruction, if you answered it late, the prize of the particular question will be lost, and you have to follow the time frame mentioned in my post in FB. So meaning to say, you have to be alert 24 hours so that you can easily detect my FB post there regarding question of anything. It could be chemistry, physics, biology, algebra, or it could be a sort of puzzles. You have to be alert. So check out the time frame before you answer, because if you answer that late and incorrect, so you have no prize anymore. You are still correct. I will chat you in your FB messenger about PMU or personal message, and then no more prize at all. Okay, usually the prizes are 100 pesos load, like this. Okay, 100 pesos load, or it could be 200 pesos load. Okay, like that. Okay, That's the answer for the question number 2. And now we go to the question number 3. Ganon. When I was also in elementary, I think elementary or high school, I love to watch quiz bowls and television also, especially the Battle of the Brains every Saturday. Okay, I love to watch that also. Okay, and then it adds knowledge also. Okay, and then you are also solving problems, and especially in science also, like that. Battle of the Brains. David Seldran is the host. In RPA 9, you know, Channel 9 before, there is what we call the program known as Battle of the Brains. Will be competed to different grade school level, elementary levels, and then high school levels, and then college education levels also will, you know, will compete with each other nationwide, something like that. Okay, so you will be enjoying that one. But today there are no programs like that, I think so. But I think there is also in the PTV4, I think, because that program is very beneficial for our students, right? It can sharpen their minds toward academic information. Okay, not just only in Facebook, social media, Instagram, and Twitter. The students of today, I think they are only doing their academic information because they have to, because they want to pass, something like that, or they have to study it because they want to pass the subject. Okay? But my point, even though there's no goal like that, you have to watch, listen, read books. It's not just only passing to that particular subject. You have really to learn because you can use that in the future. Okay, something like that. Okay, for example, reading books about algebra, trigonometry, geometry, something like that. Or you can even though you can also what do you call this one? In anticipation. For example, if you are uh, senior high school, and then now you have to also to study a little bit advanced, something like that, especially if the lessons are very easy. Okay, then you have to take another steps to advance yourself so that when you encounter that later on, then you can make it fast. You have a fast learning regarding that one. Okay, that's the technique also. So during the times when your instructor is already discussing that one, then you could also get perfect in the examinations, and you can answer very well because you are anticipating, or you are taking extra steps above from what is being discussed, or for what are the lessons in your present times, something like that. Okay, you have to go in advance also, something like that. Okay, that's also a technique in doing the study in elementary, high school, and education. You don't have to be stagnant, or you don't have to be slow. Okay, because what are the most not really an errors or mistakes, but for me, what are really that bad is that most of the students are relying only for the present topics. Because if they will try to face the new topics, then it will add for them another tasks to deal with. Okay, it's not like that. The more you do that, the more it is become challenging. Okay, because there are topics that are very easy to understand. Okay, really, and then if you have still more time, anticipate it. Go to the another lessons that will be will be discussed next day, next week, or next month. Then you know you have to study it well in advance. Okay, so that you can learn quickly. Okay, like that, and you can after that you can go to the library for some additional, exams or questions, and then try to write that in your notebook, something like that. For example, like me when I was in a first year. No, I did not practice this in high school. I practiced this when I was in college. Okay, and then the instructors will give two examples, and then I can understand, but not fully. Okay, and then I will be ashamed also asking because normally I will sit at at the back, not in the front. Okay, so that's why I'll just wait for example, 1 hour subject to finish, and then after that I will go to the library. I will compare the examples to other examples in the books, okay, like that. And then I'll try to figure it out, and then it will become simple and you can easily understand because you also understand, let's say, a little bit, or should I say, you understand very well during the discussion with your instructor. Okay. At that time, you will also going to refer to another books. Okay. For example, the topic is polynomial, and then there's a lot of books in the library, right? There are different authors of that particular books, right? So a lot, and you have to choose a book that could explain in a simplified manner, in a very clear fashion. Okay, you have to select something like that. Okay, and then study like that, and then remember. In studying and in a memorization, you have to establish also what we call as hints, hints, and clues, clues. Our hints and clues could either be an abbreviation, you know that one, or it could be an acronym. Again, your hints and clues could either be an abbreviation or an acronym. For example, if too lengthy, then do the acronym or do the abbreviation. Okay, something like that. For example, me in chemistry, I do the abbreviation RIGA, okay, low ox, something like that. So RIGA meaning gain of electrons. Low ox means loss, okay, loss of electrons, something like that. Okay, that is oxidation. Low ox. Ox means oxidation. Low means loss of electrons. So you will establish shortcut way of memorization, and then you can understand properly. Okay, just like as I discussed in temperatures formulas. Okay, there are four, right? And you have to analyze the techniques and clues and hence to be put in your brain, something like that. Okay, so whatever happens, even though you will reach 100 years old, 150 years old, 80 years old, you know that there are only four formulas in temperatures all over the world. Again, there are only four formulas regarding temperatures all over the world. If there is another temperature formula, that is only through derivation. But the standard formula are only four, which is degrees Celsius, degrees Fahrenheit, Kelvin, and degrees Rankine. Okay, Kelvin has no degree, something like that. And you have to establish hints and clues for that. The same is with algebra. You have to remember also clues, something like that. Okay, so number three, why I'm talking so much. I don't like this number three. Really, it's a headache. Okay, but I have to, in order for me to refresh and I can share also a little bit information to some students out there as my viewers right now, something like that. Okay, I will read first, listen to what I'm reading carefully. Okay, and then number three. It takes Mylene twice as Jonah to do a certain piece of work. Working together, they can finish the work in 6 hours. How long would it take Jonah to do it alone? Okay, like that. Again, I read it twice. It takes Mylene twice as Jonah to do a certain piece of work. Working together, they can finish the work in 6 hours. How long would it take Jonah to do it alone? Okay, something like that. Okay, when you read that also, you will be also having a clear pronunciation, diction, and enunciation like that. So it's also English, okay? So that your students also can understand very well what you are talking about or what you are discussing and what you are explaining. Okay, you should not eat words. You should enunciate word by word and have a clear pronunciation, something like this. English, okay? Mylene, so in our problem, Mylene and Jonah are the people involved. Like that. People involved talaga. Okay, Mylene. Kasi amin si Mylene, in fairness. Oh gosh. Amo ni siyang silingan. Amin silingan na Mylene. In fairness. Okay. So I will just Mylene X. In algebra, so many let X, let Y, let X, let Y for this. So that's the magic of algebra. You always let X to something. Let Y to something, equation 1. Let X, Y, equation 2. And then you have to balance. If there are two required in the problem, then you have also two equations to support what are being asked. Something like that, okay? Mylene, let's say X. And Jonah is Y. Okay? Or you could say Mylene is M and Jonah is J according to the first letter of their name. Oh my gosh, what's happening? Oh, really? Mylene is X and Jonah is Y. Okay, like that. Actually, this is difficult at first also, but it will be easier if you have clues in mathematics, right? For example, is equal, like that, okay? More than, that is plus, less than, that is minus, okay? So you will equate to that two symbols. The four basic operations in mathematics plays a role too much in the word problem. Remember that one. So you have to equate, you have to remember the equivalence of is means equals, was also means equals. It's only the past tense of is, okay? Like those are equals, and then we also have twice, meaning two times, like that, and then as much, meaning more than, like this, blah blah blah, okay, and then less than, that means minus with the other one, something that you have to take down that one so they can solve, and then accompany that with a variable, something like that. Always have the variable in algebra, right? Okay. It takes Mylan twice as Juna. So si Juna is Y. Okay? Yeah. Mylan's twice man. So 2x. Y is equal to 2x. It takes Mylan twice man siya. So as Juna to do a certain piece of work, something like that. Takes Mylan twice as Juna. Okay? So Jonah is Y and then Mylan is X. So 2y, sorry. 2y. Diba? If you will not analyze very well, it could be reversed. Okay? This is analysis and I don't like also. Really, I don't like. But only for, simpler problems I can manage. Okay? This one. It is x is equals to 2y because he said it takes Mylan twice as Jonah. Like this. Okay? And then, since working together, they can finish the work in 6 hours. This is a topic of rate. Rate, R-A-T-E, in algebra. 1 over rate 1 plus 1 over rate 2 is equal to 1 over the total time it takes them to work together. Okay, that's a standard formula. No need to derive. Okay? So 1 over the rate of Jonah and 1 over the rate of Mylene is equal to 1 over the total time it takes them to finish the work combined. So it could be 1 over XA plus 1 over YA, something like that, okay? Or it could be X lang siya, or it could be Y lang siya, okay? But let's do this as array, okay? Something like that. 1 over x plus 1 over y is equals to 1 over t. So this is our standard equation. Okay, this one. 1 over x plus 1 over y is equals to 1 over t. So x si Mylene and y si Jonah. And then we have the relationship x is equals to y because it takes Mylene twice as Jonah man to do the work, something like that. Then you have to substitute the x is equals to y na with this standard equation. Kailangan siya naman siya x. Okay, substitute that there. Okay, something like that. You have to substitute that there directly kasi x is equals to 2y man si Jonah. Okay, go. Thanks for watching my nephew Carol Nepomuceno. Oh, kinaon kinini mo ang kaning algebra. I know that. Perfect Jukaani because this is just simple. Okay, let's do the basic mathematics operation, division and multiplication. So I will rewrite this as 1 over x, which is x is 2y. I substitute the value of x, right? So 1 over 2y plus 1 over y is equals to, since 1 over t, which is the total time they work together, so it's mentioned in the problem that it is 6. So 1 over 6. And then do the mathematics for this. Oh my gosh! Fractional form. I hate fractional form, but I love to explore. Meron bang ganon? I hate the fractional form, but I love to explore. Oh, what's happening? Okay, like this. So again, you need to get the, what do you call that one? A common denominator or the least common denominator. Something like that. I think so, LCD and basta ganun siya. Okay? So, ang imong kwan niya, common denominator, or less common denominator, I don't think so. So, it's 2y, right? 2y. Put 2y. Oh my God, I forgot this. Okay, so 2y divided by 2y. Here, right? 2y divided by 2y, right? And then 1. And then you will times that in the numerator. That's the rule, right? When you divide. So, divide this 1 first and then times here, something like that. So 2y divided by 2y, 1, right? Times 1 is equals to 1. Okay. 2y divided by y, pila man siya? O, diba? 2. So 2 times 1 is 2, something like this. You have to remember the basic pala. Okay. And then 1 over 6. So in this expression here, we can also solve the value of x. Okay, do the basic mathematical operation. Okay. Crisscross. You know the crisscross principle in mathematics? You have to x that one and then you divide the here and the here, something like that. Okay. Crisscross multiplication in algebra. Okay. Crisscross. Okay. Something like that. So 2y times 1 is equals to, before multiplying that with here, you have to add first the 1 and 2. So that is 3. And then times 6. And then 2y is equals to 18. And y is equals to 18 divided by 2. And y is equals 9. So it will take 9 hours. It will take 9 hours for Juna to do it alone. The work. Okay? It will take Juna 9 hours to do the work alone. Okay? Something like that. Now, if Juna took 9 hours to finish that one alone, so working together, 6. Okay? So you can only have this, again, information. 1 plus x plus 1 over y is equals to 1 over 6, something like that. And you have to substitute. And you can get also for Mylene. How long Mylene also can get the work in this equation. And substitute the value of Jonah here, y, and then you can solve for the value of x. Now let's try to compute the value of x from through the 9 hours of Jonah, which is equals to y. Charot. Makalingaw jud siya. In fairness, I'm enjoying solving this enjoying solving basic mathematical operation. Okay? And then substitute the y here, and then we can have 1x plus 1 9 over 1 6, like this, blah blah blah, so on. So 9x x 9 divided by then x divided by 9, something like that. So it's equals to 1 over 6. So x, right? 9x divided by 9, di ba? X na siya. Naglibog ko. Let's try it. Okay? Basta. 9 plus x is equals to, my gosh, times 1. And then 9 plus x times 6. Oh my God, quadratic equation. 9 plus x, okay, is equals to, di ba ya? So, 54 plus 6x, no? Yes. Okay, like that. So 1. Okay. And then 9 plus x. Oh, let's do something like this. You will reverse that 1. 9 plus x, so easy na lang siya. So here. So 6x minus 1 is equals to 9 minus 54. So 9 minus 54. Tarungon jud ninyo og solve. Charot. Okay. Tarungon jud ninyo og solve para dili gid siya masipyat. Okay? That's it. So 54 minus 9 is equals to, divided by 6 equals to, okay, my gosh, 9 hours also with Mylene. Both of them will have 9 hours to do it alone. Really? As I said earlier, okay, 9 hours Mylene also took the job alone. So both of them will do the work alone in 9 hours. So that is 18 hours. It could be also explained here in the equation 2y is equals to 18, right? So 2y is equals to 18. So 2 times y from 9 hours equals to 18. So it is 18, 9 plus 9. Oh, di ba? Wait, you still have the question number 4. Really? Okay. Let's go now to the question number 4. Okay. Hello guys, are you still there? Okay. Stay tuned. Okay. So, like this. Okay. Question number 4 na. Finish. Okay. This one. Question number 4. What's that? This one. Okay. I will read it first. Find the mean proportional of 4 and 36. Okay. Okay. Like that. Sorry for that. Wait for a while. I think it will took 10 minutes because I need to do it live also in my Facebook account. Okay. Wait for a while. Oh, it's getting hotter now. What's happening? I will now on the AC. Hello guys, are you still? Okay. Ciao. Mo siya may taburon. Okay. Question number 4. Find the mean proportional of 4 and 36. What is the answer? Something like that. So in this particular problem, we know the formula of the mean proportional. Remember, there are 3 formulas for that. Okay. Wait for a while. Too much. So we could choose, could either be the geometric mean, the arithmetic mean, and the other one is the simpler one. The other one is, I forgot. The other one, I think, what's that? Harmonic. Harmonic mean. Okay. Mean. What comes on your mind is simply the addition or the average. For example, if you have 10 numbers, you have to add the 10 numbers divided by how many? Something like that. It's just like averaging, right? So that's arithmetic mean. Or computing the grades, divide, getting the average, something like that. Okay. So our formula for that will be x1 plus x2 divided by 3. You can have so many also. x1, x2 plus x3 plus x4 divided by how many of that also. So this only representatives if you just only take the simplest one. So x1 plus x2 divided by 2. Okay. And then your geometric mean would be equal to the x1 times x2. The product of x1 times x2 and then square root. Okay, that is the geometric. Okay, and then your harmonic mean meaning averaging, something like that. Mean, M-E-A-N. Your harmonic mean will be 2 times the product of x1 and x2, okay, over x1 plus x2. Meaning your harmonic mean would be now a combination between the geometric mean and the arithmetic mean. So that's what you will notice for it. So the combination of the two formulas from the arithmetic mean and geometric mean will be incorporated in the harmonic mean so that you can not forget the formula of harmonic mean. Gunner. Yes, it should be. Wow. Like that. Wait for a while. Stay with me. Okay, reconnection. Something like that. Actually, there's a lot of topics pa in algebra, okay? But we don't go through that, okay? We still have to pick up something like that. Ganun lang siya. Okay. Kindly go over to my Facebook account, Facebook page. There are a lot of questions there posted by me, and then there's a corresponding cash prize of mobile load, something like that. Okay, please, wow, just for fun. Okay, at the same time, learning something. It's good, right? It's still fun and you learn something and you can gain also reward. Okay, something like that, rather than nothing. Okay, this is not a scientific calculator. This is only a calculator for the sari-sari store, something like this, or for normal basic operation. But I plan to buy a scientific calculator because there are also especially analytic geometry, integral and differential involves the calculator all the time, especially the tangent theta, like this, tangent theta of base over height. Ganun ba siya ni arctangent theta? Oh, arctangent theta, base over the height, and then cosine theta, like this, blah blah blah. Okay? Sine theta. Trigonometry. Theta talaga. Yes. May ganun. Okay lang siya kung Pythagoras theorem. Kasi madali lang siyang maintindihan. Okay? Hypotenuse, okay, is equals to the square root of the base squared plus the height squared. Okay? Over C? Something like this? No, it's not over. No over anymore. Square root of A squared plus B squared only. Okay? Pythagoras theory. Okay. I will just review on that because I think I'm wrong. Really, I'm wrong talaga. Yes, of course. Ano ba yan? I plan also to do, all types of combustion organic compound, especially the hydrocarbon, compound that contains carbon atoms and hydrogen atoms only. It will be enjoyable also, and then we try to balance the chemical equation of those combustion reactions of those organic compound, something like that. Okay. Wait. So let's pause for a while. I will make my coffee. Okay, ang saya-saya special. So when I do this, I give credit to my teachers in high school, in Naga National High School. Okay, especially my teacher in chemistry, Ma'am Baron. Okay, and my teacher in science also, Alin Sonorin. Okay, like that. Physics is the late Ma'am Wilfreda Marapa, already died. Okay, and in English, already died, Mr. Lumaran, and Ma'am Alferez, and what's the other one? Ma'am Cañete for English also. Okay, I love English too much. And then in, I don't remember in college. What I remember in college are my instructors in the chemical engineering. So I give credit to Engineer Amis Pakamalan, the head of the chemical engineering department. Okay, part of her knowledge knowledge are imparted with me or to her students in batch 1999-2000 BS Chemical Engineering in Cebu Institute of Technology University, and also to Ma'am Bacalso, Ma'am Monica Santos Dalete, and uh, thanks to Engineer Bong Santa Maria, my instructor in stoichiometry and chemical calculations. And then in my physical chemistry also, again, Ma'am Amis, Engineer Amis Bacamalan and Ma'am Laida Avillanuza. Okay, thank you so much for those instructors that made reach my dreams to pass the particular board examination. Okay, and what else? Okay, in mathematics, I could still remember Mr. Sigora. Okay, yung tiguang na jud kay siya, yan yung dito. Okay, and then Ma'am Idoloverio in trigonometry. I still remember her. Okay, and also faculty staffs in the civil engineering for the engineering mechanics and the strength of the materials. And also in electrical engineering for practical electricity. By the way, practical electricity is part on day one also, I think so. Because we have electrical subject also, but only the minor one. That is basic electricity. And I don't know what in what particular day in the examination that practical electricity is being included. I could not remember. I think it could be also in the general engineering, because what we mean by general engineering, those are subjects that taken by most of the engineering students. All of them. Could it be civil engineering, mechanical engineering, electrical engineering, electronics and communication engineering, computer engineering, industrial engineering, and chemical engineering. So those engineering courses will take up those subjects. That's why it's called general engineering. So I get electricity subject is under general engineering in day one of that. PE2 is physical and chemical science, chemical principles, all about sciences. Okay, including the CPI, chemical process and industries, and the electives, CH electives regarding cooking, manufacturing of the products, the chemical process and industries, ganun siya, organic chemistry, all sciences in day 2. Okay, something like that. Tagal naman ng Facebook, what's happening? Okay. Oh, like that. Okay, and I love too much, It's enjoyable in mathematics, right? Even though you will not study, but if you know only the basic, then you can answer. Unlike in the other subjects in sciences, if you will not study, then you cannot answer because it's really there, something like that. Okay, especially chemical reaction, something like that. Okay. Oh my gosh, what's happening? Okay. Ito na pala siya. Hello guys! This is I Am a Singer, Eternal Voice, live streaming. Okay. Okay, question number 4. We will now solve this one. Ang tagal. It took me how many minutes to do that Facebook live. Okay. So we will use the geometric mean. So if you have the proportional, mean proportional, so that could mean already as geometric mean. Okay? Just put them in your brain that if it is a geometric mean, that is mean proportional, because there are 3 means formulas in algebra. Okay? Something like that. So we will use now the square root of x1 times x2. Okay? Like that. Okay? What's happening? I don't know how to use the laptop. I forgot. Because it's a long time that I'll never use the laptop. I always use the mobile phone in doing the streaming, and I don't know how to do it. Okay? Something like this. Hello guys! Okay. Okay, let's solve na. So let x na naman tayo, no? Diba? Too much let x. So bakit yung ulo ko? Kasi marami siyang mga let x. Let y, nakakaano siya. So let x. So in this case, because we are using the x formulas in our geometric mean, so let x1 tayo and let x2, that is the square root of x1 times x2, something like this. The square root of x1 times x2. Okay, then we'll let x1 as the first number, and we'll let the x2 as the second number, as simple as that, and we will be able to substitute that in the original formula. Okay? Square root of x1 is 4, and x2 is 36. Like this. x1 is 4, and x2 is 36. Substitute that there. Okay. Oh, it's happening. Ganun lang siya. You have to substitute it. But be careful ha. When you substitute, make it sure that you fully substitute everything, right? Because there are times you only substitute missing variables or whatever, or constants, and then you can get wrong. So I'm very careless. Okay. Okay, me, I'm very careless. Okay. x1 is 4 and x2 is 36. 36 times 4. I cannot compute with my mind. I can use a calculator. 4 times 36 is equals to 144. The square root of 144, very easy, right? Even do without using the calculator. Square root of 44. What is the square root of 44? Mga friends, using arithmetic, x1 is 4, x is 36. Substituting the values, we get 144. Square root of 144 is equals to 12. Our answer is 12. Mean proportional of 4 and 36. So the mean proportional of 4 and 36 is 12. Okay, that is question number 4. Gosh. Okay. Question number 5, who is that? Hala. Na. Ito siya. Find the remainder if we divide 4y, ano ba to? 4y squared plus 18y squared plus 18y minus 4 by 2y plus 3. Really? What's this? 4y squared, 18y, like this. Are you sure? Maybe I get wrong. I reviewed my questions here a while ago. I cannot believe. Wow. May ganun. Yeah. It's like this also. This is the problem, right? Because what's on my mind, if you have the y squared and 2 of the y squared, you have to add immediately, right? Then why it's being separated? There's something wrong with the problem also. Though it can be, but it would be better to add because this y squared and y squared are the same. There are 4 terms in the polynomial. There are only one variable, which is y, and the highest degree of the polynomial is 2, right? And the constants are 4, 18, 8, and negative 4. Then, if we add 4y squared and 18y squared, it will become 22y squared. But why it is being broken in the problem? Never mind. Okay? That's what I've noticed only. Okay? Okay? Mga friends, yun. Okay, again, this is under remainder theorem. Okay, don't forget the remainder theorem that we need to equate the factor, the polynomial factor into 0, and also the whole polynomial equation. Okay, this is solution. But honestly, really, this is very difficult when you first encounter. Right? But at least we have an idea that it's gonna be like this, okay? For future. Okay. So 2y, I must rewrite the original polynomial equation. 4y squared 18. By the way, there's also term monomial, trinomial, and polynomial. Monomial meaning 1 only. Okay, and binomial meaning 2. Okay, trinomial meaning 3. So don't be afraid with the terms. And those are polynomials or polynomial. Okay? Term only term. Sometimes the problem is say, in a binomial, and we will get confused with that. So you think that it's also a polynomial. That's only words. Word declaring that kind of polynomial. Because you did not encounter, and then you will be confused. There's also cases like that. Okay? Oh my gosh. Or like this. Ay nako. 4y plus 18y squared plus 8y minus 4. And then we have the factor of 2y is equal to 0, something like that. And then 2y plus this equals to 0. Okay, so 2y plus 3 is equals to 0, and the polynomial equation also must be equal to 0. Okay, so solve for the value of y. Oh my gosh. So, solving the value of y, 2y is equals to negative 3, y is equals to negative 3 halves. Okay. Solving for the value of y is equals to negative 3 halves. Substitute that in the original polynomial. Okay, go. 4 times negative 3 raised to the power 3 halves raised to the power 2 plus 18. Okay, negative 3 halves raised to the power 2 plus 8, negative 3 halves. The negative 4 is equals to 0. Be careful now because this is fractional form. There are certain rules in a fraction. Addition of fraction, multiplication of fraction, and the division of fraction. Okay, this is our ano na siya. Okay? Like that. So, sorry. So 3 halves, which is the power 3 halves? 9 over 4, right? So 4 times 9 over 4. Okay, plus 18, 9 over 4, plus, ano siya, negative 24 divided by 2 minus 4. Okay, naman siya. So, cancels out this one. Okay, so 9 plus 18 times 9, 162 divided by 4, and then negative 12 minus 4. Pila man siya. Okay, 162 divided by 4. Oh my gosh. Like this. 162 divided by 2, 81. 81 over 2. 81 over 2. Okay. So, basta fraction. So, ano ito pag-add? Fraction. Okay. Fraction. So, 9 plus 81 over 2 minus 16 equals to 0. And then 2 divided by 1, then 9, 1, 81, 1, 2, 32. Muna siya. Okay. Okay. Ano siya problem? Kung masayop sa tagsuwat sa problem, then it will be wrong also. I hope hindi siya. Okay? So, 9 plus 81 minus 32 is equal to 68 divided by 2, 34. The remainder will be 34. That is our answer. Okay, this is 34. Okay, after the substitution, look at this one. You simply substitute, right? And we can obtain 34. 34 is the answer. By the way, you can also review. Maybe I got it wrong. Okay, no problem. Because we are just interacting with each other. So there's no problem about that. Okay, number 5. Oh, number 6. It's easy for number 6, right? What is the formula of arithmetic mean? So x1 plus x2 divided by 2. Sometimes there are also very simple questions that can be encountered. Of course, so that the students have also scores. So if that is the case, no simple questions, and then the students will take the exam, no scores, because all are difficult. Okay? That's normal. So x1 plus x2 divided by 2. Okay? And in fact, there are more average than the difficult one. And then because sometimes some students are finding difficult the average questions, that's why they will also fail, or some fail. Because they will not also give so many easy questions. Okay? Like this. Okay. So the formula of geometric mean is the square root of x1 times x2, this one. Geometric mean, x1 times x2. And it's not being asked the arithmetic mean is equals to I'll just show to you the arithmetic mean. It's more complicated, right? No, the harmonic, sorry, harmonic mean is equals to twice of the x1 and x2 divided by x1 plus x2. Something like this. Harmonic mean twice x1 x2 divided by x1 plus x2. So these are formulas that are standard, already simplified. You don't have to derive. It's already derived. Okay? So if the question was stated like this, we'll ask, what is a harmonic mean of something, blah, blah, blah. So they use this one. Even though how many numbers are that, you have to follow the pattern. Okay? The example is only taking 2, but what if the questions will take 5 numbers? So x1 times x2 times x3 times x4, like this. Okay, x1 plus x2 plus x3 plus x4, like this. Okay, and how many it is repeated, so divided by how many also. Okay, like that. So that's only what we call that one, a trap. Okay, if there is an example like that, and then it tests your comprehension or analytical skills, because it's still the same, but the problems are no longer the same in a whole structure or the whole format. Okay, number 8 or number 9. The polynomial x cubed plus 4x squared minus 2x plus 8 divided by x minus 5, then the remainder is. If it will talk about remainder, that is automatically division, right? Remainder, division. This is division of polynomial. So the division of polynomial has a rule that you should equate that to 0. Okay, the factor. So let's start now. So first we need to get the value of x. Okay. Then after that, substitute the 1 and you can get the remainder for that particular polynomial. Okay? Something like that. So rewrite the original polynomial. It's number 9, okay? X cubed plus 4x squared, my gosh, 3x plus 8. In 20 years, first time I get doing this polynomial question. Okay, then x is equals to x minus 5 is equals to 0, then x will be 5. Substitute this one. Okay, try to figure out, because it's very simple, right? You can understand clearly what was written in the bed paper. Okay, x equals 5, so substitute that here. 5 is to the power 3 plus 4. 5 is to the power 2 minus 3 times 5 plus 8. This will be our remainder. Okay? Remainder. So 5 times 5 times 5, 25 times 5. Pila man siya? 125. Ganun. So 5 times 5 times 4. Oh my gosh. 5 times 5, sorry, 5 times 5, ang hindi naman na calculator, 5 times 5, oh my gosh, what's happening? 25, right? And 25 times 4, it's gonna be 100. You need to use the calculator. Minus 15 plus 8, this will be equal to the remainder. So 125 plus 100, diba? 225. 225 minus 15, 200, better calculator, plus 100 equals minus 15 equals plus 8 equals to 218 is the remainder. Okay, x minus 5 man siya. Okay, x minus is equals to 5, substitute that to 1, 5 times 5 times 5. Okay, 5 times 5 times 5, 125. 5 times 5 times 4, 100 na. Minus 15, okay, plus 8 is equals to r. So 125 plus 100 minus 15 plus 8 is equals to 218 is our remainder. The answer is 218. For question number 9, our remainder is 218 is the answer. Okay? So number 10, last. Oh my gosh, what's happening? Last. Number 10, last question. Oh. Function of x is equals to, ako na basahon. Function of x is equals to close and open parenthesis x plus 3 times close and open parenthesis x minus 4 plus 4. When the function of x is divided by close and open parenthesis x minus k, the remainder is k. Find k. Oh my gosh. Makalibog siya, di ba? Take a glance with the problem. Okay, so it's just the same, but here there's no number anymore. He said x minus k, but we will be alerted that k the same as constant, letting only another letter for the constant, which is also holds through in sciences, because in sciences usually the constants represented by c as small letter c and a small letter k. So those two letters c and k are constants in most understanding situation. In most particular situation in science, okay? So k is a constant usually, okay? Like that, represented by k, but in this case it became a variable together with the x, okay? But this solve for the value of k. Kiningon man siya, find k. Of course, we need to find the value of k. Okay, so x minus k. Again, equate to 0. X is equals to k. O, di ba? X minus k is equal to 0. Then, automatically, x is also equal to k. Okay? O, di ba? Then, if that is the situation, we have the function of x is equals to, we write x plus 3, x minus 4 plus 4. This function of x, this one, original equation. We have the original equation. Then, we need to substitute, okay, the k in this particular equation. Okay. So, you need to remove the function of x, it's only a representation. And then it will be equal to, the remainder is k. So, it's equals to k. Okay, remainder man siya. So, it's equals to k. Muna siya. Okay, the remainder is k in the problem. Okay? Like that. Okay? Remainder is always the equal of the particular polynomial equation. When you substitute the polynomial factor that you equated to 0. Something like that. So, x now is k. Oh my gosh, this will become a quadratic equation I don't like. K plus 3. K minus 4. Brutal. 4 is equals to k. K squared. Oh my goodness. K squared. 4k. 3k. And negative 12. Plus 4 is equals to k. Shwada. K squared is equals to negative k. Okay. And then transpose negative k. The k will be transposed there. It will become negative. And then negative 2 minus 4 is equals to negative 8. Equals to 0. Right? Now, k squared minus 2k minus 8. This is our equation. K squared minus 2k minus 8. We can either factor that one by using the factor of this 8, or you can use the quadratic equation. You can choose what particular equation that best satisfy this particular equation. Or choose the best formula that you are comfortable with to deal, or either use the equation that has a lesser variables involved so that you can easily get the correct answer. Something like that. It's your decision now what to choose. But for me, let's try the factoring this out. Okay, k squared minus 2k minus 8. Okay, k squared minus 2k. I will tell you something. Goes to 0. So this is our, remember this one. This is a quadratic equation, but in mathematics, quadro or quadra is 4. Okay, then why this is a quadratic equation? Explain. And the exponent is only 2. So supposedly this is not a quadratic, this is only a die. Okay, die because 2 or centi, 2 in prefixes, right? Why it will become quadratic? Quadra is 4. Quadruple is 4. But why? But in the 3, that is a cubic. That's okay because cubic is really 3. Cubic, this is a, supposedly this is a binomial. Okay, if you try to be strict with the exponent, but it's not, it is not called binomial. There are only monomial, trinomial, like that, and quadrinomial, something like that. Then why this is not called a quadrinomial? It's very difficult. Okay, why? Because this is a standard of quadratic equation. Okay, the quadratic meanings is 4, right? They included also the constant and the second terms. This is a polynomial that have 3 terms, algebraic terms. 1 term, second term, and the third term. In the first term, raised to the power 2. Okay? In the second term, raised to the power 1. Okay, understood here. And the 8 is raised to the power 1 also. So 1 plus 1 plus 2 will be 4. That is why called quadratic. That does not mean it's only in the x exponential that we refer the quadra term for quadratic equation. It means all exponential in all 3 terms. If you sum it up, that is called quadra. So 2 plus 1 plus 1 will be 4. 4 is quadra. That's why quadratic equation. And now you know why it is called a quadratic equation, because of the exponential of 4 in all 3 terms if you try to sum the algebraic terms in that one particular polynomial. Okay, it's very clear. Okay, let's do now the factoring method of solving this polynomial. We need to trial and error, something like that. No problem, because 8 is just single, right? It's not very difficult. Okay, so let's try k minus 4 and k plus 2. This is our first trial. K minus 4 plus k plus 4. Identification, that is negative 8. So this last will be negative 8. Negative 4 times 2, negative 8. Okay? And then we have also another trial. Could it be k minus 2 plus k plus 4? Like this. Pareha siya. I just reversed. Okay? K minus 2 times k plus 4. Because negative siya. Okay? Like this. Or you could have negative 1 times positive 8. You can have also. But remember, the second term is 2. Okay? So if it's 2 and you will choose 1 and 8, it could be 7 or 8 in the here. But this is 2. It could be this one. Okay? Multiply it 1 by 1. So, let's prove it. So, k squared, this one charot, plus 2k minus 4k negative 8. So, this will become k squared plus, negative 2k negative 8, in which this will be the same here. Okay, this one. So, k minus 4, close and open parentheses times, oh my gosh, k plus 2, the answer will be the same as this. So this is going to be the correct, right? So k squared minus 2k plus 2. So your factor will be k minus 4 and k positive 2. So you have to equate that to 0 as a rule in polynomial. So k is equals to 4 and k is equals to negative 2. This is the answer. Supposedly. But where's the question? Okay. The answer will be either 4 and negative 2 ang remainder. Okay, but in the polynomial, as we remember, negative is avoided, right? The exponential, the negative is avoided. So this is gonna be correct. This is k is equals to 4. This is our k. The answer is 4, not the negative 2. Okay, that's the rule of polynomial, right? Like that. Okay. So 4 is the correct answer. So our remainder, k is equals to 4. I'm tired already. Can we use now the quadratic equation? Let's just prove. Okay. Last. This, ano to siya? Negative b, di ba? Okay. Just try for one time only. Quadratic equation. Oh my God. No more paper. Too much paper using. Hi, nako. Oh, ready? Don't forget that this quadratic equations always come out in the examination. Sure. Okay. Negative quadratic equation. So, kung quadratic equation, you need to put that in your mind that the highest exponential form is only 2. It's not 4. Okay? Just remember something like this. Because after you're getting the final equation, you can also analyze and evaluate, this is going to be a quadratic equation, then I have to apply it. Okay? Then if it is not applicable, then why you should apply that one? So use another formula for that. Right? So, negative b plus and minus b squared minus 4ac divided by 2a. Muna siya itong quadratic equation. O, sige na, isunod na sa inyong alipatakan. Okay? Now, we will try the equation k squared minus 2k minus a. So, our a is 1, our b is negative 2, and our c is negative 8. Right? This one. A, because this is ABC. A is 1. Ang hirap, no? A is 1. Ang hirap ng paper. A is 1. Okay. B is 2. And C is 8. So meaning to say, these three constants A, B, C, okay, are the, what do you do? Because these are the variables. Okay, A, B, C. Okay, and then substitute this one here. Let's try. Negative b times negative 2 plus and minus b negative 2 raised to the power 2 minus 4 times 1 times negative 8 times 2 times 1. Okay, positive 4, positive minus 4, my gosh, so minus 32, okay, then 2, so like this, 36, okay, 4 plus and minus 36 square root divided by 2, so it's equals to 4 plus and minus square root of 36 is 6 divided by 2, this one. In this final equation, this one. What's this? 4 plus and minus 6 divided by 2. use first the positive, okay? If you use the positive, that would be equal to 10 divided by 2 is equals to 5. And if you use the negative, that will be negative 2 divided by 2, that's negative 2. 2 is equals to negative 1. So this is not correct, the negative 1. And this is, the answer is 5. Why they are not equal? There's something wrong in our equation. Let's review it. Hala. Because our answer is 4 baya siya. Mona ni Ron. So again, if this is the case, there's is the difference that we have to review. So B 2, like, okay, and C is negative 8 and 1. So negative 2 plus and minus the square root of negative 2 minus 4, 1, negative 8. Okay? Divided by 2. 2 na siya. Okay, 4 plus and minus. Okay. And then 32 minus 4. Okay, 16. So 4. Okay. This is gonna be here. We're nasayop na dire. Okay, this is negative 8. Okay, ano naman siya? X squared, di ba? B squared, BC, sorry, like this. BX, sorry, and positive C. Okay, kung positive siya, so the answer will be, this is not positive, this is negative. Okay, like this. So 4 minus 16, 4 minus 32 is equals to 16. Okay, square root of 16 is 4. Okay, 4 plus 4, 8 divided by 2 is 4. The 4 is the answer. Somewhere here. Okay, somewhere here. This is not plus, it is negative. Negative 32. So 4 minus 32 equals to 16. And square root of 16 is 4. So 4 plus 4, 8 divided by 2 is equals to 4. That is the answer. If you take negative, so 4 minus answer is also negative 2. Something like this. Okay? Somewhere in the quadratic equation is wrong. That's why I told you, better use the factor. Because if you get mistake only for just not incorporating well the negative, and then it will become wrong. That's why this quadratic equation for me, not really that good enough. But because so many signs, see, negative B plus and minus, and then what if there are minus and it will be, so you will be got confused. So just use the factoring method. Advised factoring method, trial and error, okay, to make it sure, something like that. Anyway, if you are really that good in using the quadratic equation, then go for it. But I'm just telling in my part that too many signs, and then signs meaning plus minus, and then there's a possibility, especially when you are getting in hurry for the next problem, then you will become wrong. It's not also good to review twice. It will consume your time for just particular one problem, for that quadratic equation, problem. So use the factoring method. Okay, it's up to you. Okay, for me, I don't like. See how dirty is this when I review it. Okay. So the more it will become dirty, the more you'll be confused. Honestly, okay. Especially this pen cannot be erased. Okay? But don't worry, you're using pencils nowadays in examinations. So you can easily erase and then you cannot be confused. In this manner, this is a permanent pen. You cannot erase totally if you are wrong. This also can add confusion. Okay? But if you're very, intelligent, then you will not be confused sometimes because, your IQ is very high. But for us, we are just average, above average, below average, but not that intelligent. So better to be careful in substituting the variables and the numbers in that equation. Okay? Hello guys, thank you so much for listening for this live streaming regarding algebra. which is a part of one of the subjects in engineering mathematics. So these questions I discussed to you, okay, are taken up from general engineering examination day 1 in both electronics communication engineering 1998 and in mechanical engineering board exam 1999. Okay, and then if you like this video, just comment, like, and subscribe. And if you want also to share it to anybody for some academic information or little academic information, then you have to also. It's up to you. But please click the notification bell for some newest update of I Am a Singer, Eternal Voice, Sotero. Bye bye, babush, and God bless everybody. Okay, thank you so much. Woo!